Welcome back. We all know the Arkham games are some of the best games in their genre. Hell, myself and many others have made livings out of talking about them. But outside of our community, how well were they received? Well, that's what we're here to find out today as we take a look at which awards the Arkham games have won. We'll be taking information from IMDb and I'll link the pages down below so you can check them in depth more for yourself. We'll be covering wins and nominations from Asylum, City, Origins, Night Shadow, and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and any other game in the franchise which won an official award. And without further ado, let's get into it. Arkham Asylum kicks us off, and you won't be surprised to find out it won a whole heap of awards. It holds up to this day for the most part, and thankfully its brilliance was recognised. The BAFTAs nominated Arkham Asylum for 7 awards, 2 of which it won. Its nominations include Best Use of Audio, which I think's entirely justified. Asylum's haunting atmosphere wouldn't have been possible without the brilliant sound design, and it helped to complement all parts of the game. The movement, the combat, the stealth, and the exploration are all so memorable and brilliant, partly due to the iconic sounds. The crack of Batman punching a thug, the whipped cream noise of the explosive gel, the swoosh of Batman's cape. Just a few examples, but all iconic in their own right. But the sound design would unfortunately lose out to Uncharted 2, and the trend wouldn't end there. In that same vein, Nick Arundel and Ron Fish were nominated for Best Original Score, which again, justified, but unfortunately they were beaten out by Uncharted 2. Arkham Asylum was also nominated for Best Action Game, which it lost to Uncharted 2, the Best Story, which it lost to Uncharted 2, and Artistic Achievement, which it lost to Uncharted 2. Okay, no, I'm kidding, it lost out to a game called Flower. So, what did it win? Well, it took home 2 awards. Best Gameplay is understandable. Arkham's free-flow combat and innovative nature definitely cements it as one of the most defining games in this genre, and it would beat out games such as Uncharted 2, finally getting one up on Nathan Drake, Assassin's Creed 2, and Modern Warfare 2. In terms of Best Game, overall, it won this over a similar group of competitors, taking home 2 out of 7 possible awards from this group, which isn't to be sniffed at. Outside of the BAFTAs, Arkham Asylum would be nominated for 16 awards across 7 shows, but it would win a hefty 16 others. These would include the Spike Video Game Awards Studio of the Year and Game of the Year, the Game Developers' Choice Awards Best Game Design, and most impressively in my opinion, every single award it was nominated for at the 2010 Navigator Awards, where it would win 9 in total, including but not limited to Game of the Year, Game Design, Use of Sound, Control Design and Costume Design, among a whole heap of other awards. What I find most interesting about Arkham Asylum is how many solo awards Mark Hamill won for his performance as the Joker. He was nominated alongside his on-screen girlfriend Arlene Sorkin for Best Voice at the Spike Game Awards, but he'd go on to win the Outstanding Achievement in Character Performance at the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences, and the Best Supporting Character in Drama at the Navigator Awards. All of these impressive nominations and wins puts 2009's Batman Arkham Asylum on a grand total of 18 wins and 21 nominations, which puts Asylum at a 46% win rate for awards it was nominated for, which is really impressive. How do you one-up the greatest superhero game of all time? Well, you make the greatest superhero game of all time again. Arkham City went on an absolute tear through awards season. Rocksteady's Golden Child was nominated for 8 awards at the BAFTAs, including Best Original Music, thanks to the awesome soundtrack, which is still as iconic as it was back in 2011, Best Story, which makes sense because despite the revisionism in years past, it's still a top 3 Arkham story, Best Game, which yeah, that makes sense, and Audio Achievement, alongside a handful of other awards. Arkham City, however, only won 2 of its possible categories, taking home Best Action Game, beating out the likes of Modern Warfare 3, and yes, Arkham got more revenge on Uncharted as it beat out Uncharted 3. In another point for Luke Skywalker, he won Best Performer, which is insane. He beat out some tough competition from his Arkham City co-star Nolan North and Aaron Stanton, who voiced Cole Phelps in LA Noire. Arkham City swept up a whole lot of other awards at a whole lot of other shows, including Outstanding Action-Adventure Game at the Satellite Awards, Best Writing in a Video Game at the Writers Guild of Britain Awards, Adventure Game of the Year at the British Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences, Best Use of a License at the Developer Awards, Best Action Game at the IGN Awards, European Game of the Year at the Digital Dragon Awards, Best Adapted Video Game, Best Action-Adventure Game, and the Best Xbox 360 Game, as well as the Joker winning Character of the Year at the Spike Video Game Awards, as well as our good friend Mark Hamill winning one more solo award at the Behind the Voice Actors Awards, where he won Best Male Voice Actor. And Hamill also added another award to his name as he was a part of the Best Ensemble Voice Cast in a Video Game, which included Kevin Conroy, Tara Strong, Troy Baker, Nolan North, and Corey Burton, alongside Maurice LaMarche and Grada Lyle. During my extensive research of this video, where there are several months and thousands of hours of scripting, I came to realise just how outstanding Mark Hamill is in these games. I think we often take for granted just how good he is. Not to say anyone else isn't, but Hamill especially seems to be a favourite among critics and award shows alike, sweeping up awards for his trophy cabinet like there's no tomorrow. This video has definitely given me a renewed love for the Joker. The game itself being nominated for 48 awards as well is insane, and as we can see here by this box art, they weren't shy of that fact. They made superhero game history, plastering their awards loudly and proudly, as you probably should. Arkham City would be heralded as one of the greatest games of the year and of all time, and rightfully so. And award-wise, out of a possible 48, it won 20, giving Batman Arkham City a 41% win rate at the awards. Well, this is going to be a short section. Anyone who knows anything about me or this channel will know I am an Origins Day 1 supporter. I feel very protective about Origins, and so imagine my disgust when I found out that this wonderful entry into the series only won 3 awards and got nominated for a mere 16. Its nominations include Best Video Game at the Golden Trailer Awards, Best Sound Editing at the Golden Reel Awards, and an Outstanding Achievement in Video Game Writing at the Writers Guild of America. Arkham Origins did win 3 awards, and they're as follows. The first was Best Male Vocal Performance in a Video Game in a Supporting Role, and that was awarded to J.B. Blanc for his stellar performance of Bane, something I'm sure Arkham Analysis will be thrilled to hear. The Canadian Video Game Awards were Origin's biggest fans because, well, Montreal, Canada, yeah. They nominated the game for 7 awards and gave them the top spot in 2 categories, including Best Visual Arts, which I can fully get behind. Arkham Origins art direction, especially in cutscenes, for me is still unmatched in the series. And the second award it won was the award for Best Animation, which again makes sense. In total, with Origins being nominated for 16 awards and winning 3, it made it out of award season with a win rate of a pretty grim 18.75%, which is a shame to say the least, but I guess in a year which also brought us Grand Theft Auto 5, The Last of Us, BioShock Infinite, Injustice, Outlast and Tomb Raider, alongside cult classics like LEGO Marvel Superheroes, Deadpool, Rise Son of Rome and Payday 2, well, Arkham Origins really didn't have a chance in the mainstream. Alas though, it had a second chance through its little brother, Arkham Origins Blackgate. Arkham Origins Blackgate won nothing. But that's okay. Just for the fun of it, let's look at the animated movie Assault on Arkham. I mean, come on, it was released a year later and won, well, it actually won 3 awards. All of its honours came from Behind the Voice Actors Awards. They were Hynden Welch's performance of Harley Quinn for the Best Female Vocal Performance in a TV Special / Direct DVD title, the Best Vocal Ensemble in a TV Special Direct DVD title, and CCH Pounder's win of Best Female Vocal Performance in a TV Special or Direct to DVD title. So Arkham Origins and Assault on Arkham had a combined 6 awards and took the same amount home. Think about that next time you watch Assault on Arkham. As far as awards are concerned, purely based on numbers, it's as good as Origins. What I've learned today is that awards, as I'm sure we all know, are mostly meaningless. Anyway, that doesn't mean you should click off the video. Let's move on to Batman Arkham Knight. As divisive as it is beautiful, Batman Arkham Knight is up next. Now, despite all of its flaws, it did surprisingly well at the awards. This fact is made even more surprising when you consider the other games that came out in 2015, the likes of The Witcher 3, Fallout 4, Black Ops 3, Metal Gear Solid 5, Mortal Kombat 10, and of course WWE 2K16, the most underrated 2K game. But what did my favourite game in the series win? Well, let's start at the BAFTAs. It was nominated for 4 awards and won 5. Its nominations include Best Music, which I'm pretty sure it got for the Heir to the Cowl theme alone, Artistic Achievement, Audio Achievement, and of course it wouldn't be an award show without Mark Hamill being nominated for Best Performer. But what did it win? Well, it won Best British Game, where it beat Until Dawn and Prison Architect, among a few others. I also think this is a good time to tell all of you that when you slander us Brits, just remember we gave you the Arkham series and its finest global superstar, me. No, I'm kidding of course, but what about its other awards? Well, like the previous entries, we won't be covering every single award or nomination, but here's a few I think stick out. It was nominated for Best Sound Editing at the Motion Picture Sound Editors. At the Game Critic Awards, it was nominated for both Best of Show and Best Console Game, but it would win Best Action Adventure Game at that same show. At the Empire Awards, which I can only assume is what Vader and Palpatine held every year before the destruction of the second Death Star, Knight took home the Best Video Game Award, while the Golden Trailer gave it the Best Video Game Trailer Award for the game's Gotham is Mine trailer. Which is awesome, although I'm surprised it didn't win it for the absolutely amazing Father to Son trailer, which even after all these years is probably my favourite trailer for anything ever, but I'm just splitting hairs at this point. At Play Legit Best, it swept its categories, winning Best Action Adventure Game, Best Graphics, which it could probably still win now if it was released today, Trailer of the Year, and finally Kevin Conroy would win Best Actor for his performance as Batman. It took a while, but finally Kevin got his solo award. Kevin Conroy's Italian counterpart, Marco Balzarotti, would also win the Best Voice Awards at the Festival Nazionale del Dopaggio Voci nell'Ombra, or the National Dubbing Festival. The IGN Awards gave Knight the People's Choice Best Action Adventure Game, while at the Golden Joystick Awards, Knight would be nominated for 6 awards, including Best Gaming Moment, which for some reason they put as the Joker's Return, which I think is a bit of a strange choice, and it would lose out all of its other nominations.
Hey, that little boy is playing 3 games at once.
Checkmate.
Checkmate. Checkmate.
Dang.
And in the Italian Game Awards, Knight would win Best Action Adventure Game. It won and lost a lot of other awards, but they're ones that stuck out to me. But what about the numbers? Well, Knight was nominated for 26 awards and won 18, which gives Batman Arkham Knight a win rate of 40%, which, considering the amount of awards it could have won, is quite good. However, we still have a couple more games to look at, and no, I won't look at mobile games. I know you all hate this game and like to headcanon it as non-canon, and I'm with you on that, but technically it's an Arkham game so it needs to be spoken about. But I'm sure you'll all be over the moon and also not shocked to hear that it won nothing. It was nominated for 3 awards: Best Video Game Trailer by the Golden Trailer Awards, Best Sound Design in a Video Game, Gameplay specifically, by the Music and Sound Awards, and whatever the Most Wanted award is by the Golden Joystick. So yeah, it won 0% of the awards it was put up for. Absolutely beautiful. The newest addition to the Arkham family, and also its most unique. Arkham Shadow is great, and if you haven't played it yet, I implore you to try and get your hands on it because it's one of the better stories in the series, and its gameplay is downright addictive. But glazing aside, how did it do at the awards? Well, this will be a relatively short section, because it only got nominated for 2 awards and only won 1. Its nominations come from the Motion Picture Sound Editors, and came by the way of the Outstanding Achievement in Sound Editing for Game Dialogue and ADR, and Outstanding Achievement in Sound Editing in-game effects, which I think are both deserved nominations. Shadow's sound design is awesome, and I'm glad it got at least a little bit of recognition for that. Shadow's only award win came in the 2024 Game Awards as it took home the Best VR/AR game, which if you've played the game I'm sure you'll agree it fully deserved to win. The story, the gameplay, the extra content, the clear love and care put into the game by Camouflage, it's all amazing and deserved every bit of praise it got. Batman Arkham Shadow got nominated for 2 awards and won 1, which puts it at a 33.33% win rate. So now we know what the games won, how do they stack up when we compare their percentages? I don't think this means anything past being a cool stat to look at, but well, coming in at the bottom of the pile we have Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League with a genuinely kind of funny 0% win rate, followed by Batman Arkham Origins with its measly 18.75% win rate, Shadow is next with its 33.33% win rate, followed by Knight and its 40% win rate, which was just about beaten out by Arkham City's 41%. And as far as awards are concerned, Arkham Asylum, the granddaddy of the series, tops the pile with its impressive 46% win rate. Now obviously these stats don't really mean anything, but they're fun to look at and see what the wider world thinks of the Arkham franchise. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. I haven't got a sub goal for the end of the year because every time I set a sub goal we reach it much quicker than I think. Subtle flex, I know, but do consider hitting that button. It's the best way to support the channel, and hit the like button. It helps out the video more than you'd think and it'll push it into the algorithm, which is always nice. Thank you all for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and goodbye. I know you all hate this game and like to headcanon it as non-canon, and I'm with you on that, but technically it is an Arkham game, so it needs to be spoken about. I'm sure you'll all be over the moon and not all shocked to hear that Arkham Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. If I could read these videos, it'd go so much quicker. Lord above. I might just redo that bit. Yeah, I'm going to redo that bit.